Today I'm driving the Kia Stinger GT, a sports sedan made by Kia. Something that a few years ago would have made everybody laugh is now really a serious contender to BMW. In fact, I think this car is better than a BMW, and I will explain why. In my opinion, the BMW closest to this car is the 440i X-Drive Gran Coupe, meaning it's also a liftback like the Stinger. It's slightly smaller, but more or less equivalent. The Kia costs 60,000 francs base price. The BMW is 74,000 francs base price. So there's also quite a large price gap. However, the Kia actually comes fully loaded. And I mean fully loaded. It has everything. It has adaptive cruise control. It has heated and ventilated sports leather seats that are electrically adjustable. The car has 360-degree camera. It has navigation. It has pretty much everything you expect from a modern car, like a head-up display. It just has it all, and it's standard. The only option this car really has is the metallic paint. So if you want a metallic paint like this car has, it's 950 francs upgrade, so the car ends up costing about 61,000 Swiss francs, which is quite good value. If you take the BMW I mentioned before and you spec it to the same level of the Kia, it ends up costing 85,000 Swiss francs, which is 24,000 francs difference. It's insane. And is this car 24,000 francs worse than the BMW? I don't think so. But the question is, how does Kia do it? How do they manage to sell the car for so much less? There has to be a trick. They have to save money somewhere. So, do they save money on equipment? Nope. This car is fully loaded, as I mentioned before. The only thing I can imagine this car lacks is massaging seats. Other than that, it has pretty much everything, even a large sunroof. I wouldn't know what else to add. The Kia Stinger has a nice feature. It has an automatically opening rear hatch, which by itself might not be very interesting, but it's actually really automatic, meaning if you walk towards the car while carrying the key, it will flash the indicators 4 times. And if by then you're still standing there, it will open the hatch, which is pretty cool if you don't have your hands available. If, for example, you do not want to open the hatch, you just walk away from the hatch before the indicator has flashed the 4th time, and you're good. Hatch will not open. I think this is a pretty cool feature, and it's very convenient, and it's an alternative to the one where you have to swipe your feet underneath the car. So, did they compromise on quality? Well, I think not. Because from what I can see, the car is well put together. It uses nice materials in the interior. The trunk is not great. It's only about 420 liters, something like that. But other than that, the interior space is nice. Everything is well made. I think the interior is beautiful. There's a lot of aluminum used. There's a lot of leather used. It has a heated steering wheel, it has heated and cooled seats. The seats are very comfortable, they feel great. And being a Kia, this thing has 7-year, 150,000 kilometers warranty, which in my book is pretty confidence inspiring. If the car was a piece of crap, they probably wouldn't give such a long warranty standard. Therefore, I think quality, nope, they are not skimping on quality. This is a well-made car. So, are they maybe saving on design? I think no. I think this car looks very, very good. It's a very attractive car, and at the same time, it has an individual look. It doesn't look like another car on the road. So it has its own personality, and it's well designed. And I mean, it's no wonder Hyundai's design director is Peter Schreier, who used to be design director at Volkswagen and Audi for many, many years. Therefore, no, they are not skimping on design. Did they compromise on power? Well, no. This car has 366 horsepower, the BMW is 326. This car is a bit heavier, therefore the performance is not that much better, but it has a higher top speed of 270 kph compared to the BMW's 250 kph, which, yeah, it's a higher number, but in the real world, when are you ever going to drive 270 kph? So no. But other than that, the twin-turbo V6 engine is actually very smooth. It drives really well. In some circumstances, I think the automatic transmission takes a while to shift down or to find the proper gear. But other than that, the car is actually very sprightly. It's very lively. It accelerates very quickly. It feels really good. What I personally don't like so much is the noise. The car doesn't sound that well. It even does artificial sound generation, but that sounds rather crappy. And speaking of performance and stuff I don't like that much, the automatic doesn't have a true manual mode. You can shift manually, but there is no such mode that will hold the gear. Now it did an upshift by its own, even though I was shifting manually. This is a bit of a pity because, I mean, this is quite a capable sports sedan, and it should allow you this control over the gearbox. I don't understand why it doesn't. It's just a feature that it doesn't have. Other than that, the automatic transmission, it's an 8-speed, it's smooth, it shifts quickly, it doesn't leave anything to be desired. I very much like it. Again, it's one of those transmissions with a stupid transmission selection lever that stays in place, that doesn't lock to where you are. Not very intuitive, but then again, I guess that is the norm nowadays. So I don't think Kia compromised on the performance of this car. This car performs very well. It's very fun to drive. But now you might think, well, it competes against BMW, the ultimate driving machine. So how does it handle? Well, I have to say, this car handles really well. It's very confidence inspiring. It's really fun to drive. Of course, being quick and having great suspension. This car also has really good brakes. It has 365mm Brembo discs in the front, 345 in the back, which is, you know, big. And you feel it. I mean, it's also reassuring. The braking is great, the steering, it feels really good. The car in general, it just gives you confidence. This is one of those cars that makes you drive, you know, a little bit faster than you would otherwise. And it's so fun. It's just, you can just toss it in a corner, you can accelerate, and the car sorts itself out basically. And also the engine, it basically always has enough power to get you out of the corner. This is a really fun car. It handles really well, and the other thing is the suspension is not too harsh. This is still a comfortable car while handling really well. So I think Kia did an amazing job with this car, but then again, one of their heads of engineering used to be one of the heads of engineering at the BMW M division. So yeah, I'm not surprised. But then, where is it that they saved money on this car? How come it is so much cheaper than a comparable BMW or Audi or Mercedes for that matter? Well, I think this car is kind of a marketing exercise for Kia. It's a statement to show what they're capable of, that they can do some really good driver's car, and in order to compete in the market, they're willing to sell it, you know, with less profit. And this, I think, makes this car a real bargain, because you get all the performance, you get all the handling, you get all the fun while still having a practical car, and you're not really breaking the bank. I mean, sure, 60 grand is not necessarily cheap, but if you see that the competition costs like 20,000–25,000 francs more, this car becomes really good value. And then with a 7-year warranty, it's like, yeah, it's ironic that Kia, having made their name here in Europe with their SUVs like the Sportage or the Sorento, are now branching out into sports sedans which is a shrinking segment because more and more people are buying SUVs. It's so much fun. You can drive this car like an absolute lunatic. It's just so much fun. So the Kia Stinger, in my opinion, this is a sports sedan bargain. I mean, it's powerful, it's well equipped, it's well made, it has a great warranty. It's great fun to drive. It handles really well and it's four-wheel drive, meaning also in winter, no problem. This is a really good car and it's great value because it costs like 25% less than its direct competitors. Therefore, Kia, very well done.